What's up, everybody? This is Nestor, your brother in peace, love, and justice, and this is Duality of Sorts. And guess what? Today is the midterm election special. Woo! Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. Why a midterm election special? One, because everybody does it. Two, because Tuesday is tomorrow, election day, the big day. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next week, next month, next year, all we're going to be talking about is the results of the election. So I wanted to get in the day before because we have a lot to go over. And for me, this is the way that I'm hoping we can move forward from whatever the results are of this election, that we can move forward together. So today's special is really all about you. It's all about you, the person, the constituent, even you, the politician. So join me today so we go over a couple of things in Duality of Sorts. So let's go ahead and start. So one, go vote. I'm going to say go vote as many times as I possibly can. Shout out to all the people that did early voting. We love you. Okay, so go vote. Two, own your truth. Here's why owning your truth. Let me explain what that means. Own your truth. Whatever you feel, whatever you think, whatever experience has informed your reality, we want you to own that, right? So I'll give you an example. If you think poor people are a burden on society, they're using up our government resources, they're all of those things, that's okay. Own that. If you think wealthy people are manipulating the system, manipulating the government for their own personal advantage, then own that, right? We want you to own your truth because working in the gray requires us to be honest. It requires us to bring our backpacks full of our experiences and our truth and start hashing them out at the picnic table and saying, okay, this is what I believe. Well, this is what I believe. Oh, that's delicious. Let me have some of that. That's what owning our truth means. Don't cower from it. Don't hide from it. If you genuinely are afraid of black people, then own that. The only way we're gonna be able to work through it is if you own your truth, and it's okay. We understand your truth is informed by all of your experiences, from your past to your present, and all the people that surround you and the people that you surround yourself by. So owning your truth is not a bad thing. What is preventing yourself from talking to somebody who doesn't feel this way. So first step, go vote. Second step, own your truth. Third step, acknowledge perspective, right? So here's why this is so critically important. You're owning your truth and everything is okay. For me, I was owning my truth and I was like, wait, how is everybody who doesn't think like me not an a-hole? I genuinely thought that. I was like, oh, I got it down. You know, I know this. And I could be feeling that way right now. How does everybody not see that we should work in the gray? But I have to recognize, and it was an epiphany for me, I had to recognize perspective. I had to recognize that this man is either standing in the room or outside of the room, depending on where you yourself are standing. If you're in the room and you look and you see him in the doorway, he never came in the room. But if you're in the hallway and he disappears into the door frame, well, he went into the room. It's all about perspective. And that helped me so much, because then I didn't look at people as right and wrong. I looked at people as having a different perspective than me. These glasses that we wear, it's how we see the world. It's who we see the world with. It's when we see the world. It's when we see things in the world. But it's also the way in which we see the world. And that, just like your truth, is informed by your experiences, both past and present. So recognize perspective. Nobody's really wrong. They were raised in a household that said X or said Y about any community of people. So it's okay to think differently. Let's just recognize that everybody comes with a different perspective. Okay, so number one, go vote. Number two, own your truth. Number three, recognize perspective. Number four, and we've said it before, stand firm by your principles. I'm not telling you to change your mind. I'm telling you to stand firm by your principles, but be open. Be open to having conversations with other people that might think differently. Be open to the idea that maybe you don't have all of the story. Maybe, just maybe, there might be more to that caravan story or that wealth disparity story or this other story. Be open to the possibility and be willing to have a conversation with somebody else. Okay, so that's number 4. And number 5, don't forget to go vote. Number 5 is probably the most important thing that I could say today, this entire episode, other than going to vote. And that is, you don't have all the answers. No, you don't. I know you think you do, but you don't. And you know what? Neither do I. In fact, nobody has all the answers. None of us do. Any politician out there that's telling you that they do, no matter what party you belong to, is lying. Nobody has all the answers. Why? Because we are more than just a vanilla cake or a chocolate cake. And what do I mean by cake? I mean, all of us like different things, and we operate under a two-party system. Whether you believe that's working or not, we have a two-party system, which one party is saying, I have the perfect icing for this entire cake. And the other party is saying, well, I have the perfect icing for this entire cake that will make everybody happy. And that's not the case. What they're talking about is they're talking about, I have the perfect icing for vanilla cake or the perfect icing for chocolate cake, but they're not acknowledging all the other flavors in this cake. This is this delicious cake here, this delicious cake of America. So anybody who says, I have the perfect icing for the entire thing, it's not true. Like, I'm okay saying, I don't have all the answers. And you know what? Tomorrow when we go vote, you should be electing politicians that say, no, I don't have all the answers. But this is my best attempt at acknowledging what I believe the direction we need to go. But I'm willing to own that I don't know it all. I'm willing to sit down with people that don't necessarily support me, and I'm willing to see their humanity, but I'm also willing to see their perspective and their truth. And I'm going to try to work with them. I'm going to work in the gray to make sure that as many of us can win as possible. That's who you should be electing. Not these people who are like firm base, firm hand, I know it all, because that's not true. That's not true. So I am pumped. I am excited. Tomorrow's election day. We have an amazing opportunity to course correct and drive our country and our community and our county and our state into a beautiful, wonderful direction of gray. I know that seems ridiculous because color is the thing, but no, we want to work in the gray. I want you to join me in working in the gray. So go out there and vote. Go get those elected politicians that are willing to see everybody. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm super excited. Thank you so much for joining me. Share, comment, like, do all those things. But more importantly, go vote. This is Duality of Sorts. My name is Nestor, your brother in peace, love, and justice. We'll see you next week. Go vote.